Alright, as you can see, Russell is finally giving the move. But I just got up. Oops. So what we looking at here, man? Well, NASDAQ is rebalancing that low. Funny, because ES already did that. Excuse me. Alright. But yeah, yesterday I should have thought about this. It's not going to just immediately reject from the higher time frame rejection area. It's going to, hang out like it is for, who knows how long. But yeah, we have continued to displace higher here. And we're probably going to get a move here soon. Or sorry, like there's going to be a setup and it's going to move soon. So all right. So yeah, we've got the daily inefficiencies there. Just a quick look over here at the Dow. So yeah, the Dow ended up, now we've taken that high, just like the last time we got a reversal. So now I'm just waiting to see basically how far Russell really wants to go. And I honestly don't know. There's not like a really clear area besides like maybe these lows down here. Um, but like if you projected the same move, it's kind of like what we're looking at, then yeah, it would come below those lows. So, but I mean, that's not what I'm really looking for. Russell, it's more so just that's the bias. It's short. Um, yeah, but I at least think it would probably come below these smooth lows there. And it's kind of an ugly level, but yeah, just a lot of inefficiency down here. All right, let's make sure we're. So 4 hour, yeah, Nasdaq's coming back down, making relative equal lows with the new week with the new week opening gap here. And let's get the Russell level out there. There's a nice little 4 hour inefficiency here for Russell to possibly bounce. Oops, if it is. One hour. So yeah, we got a little soup there. Came into the 1 hour, bounced, made the new high, manufactured the rebalance the high. Um, and yeah, I don't really know how these guys are gonna go. It's like they could just keep going higher, possibly. And ES has also made relative equal lows with the new week opening gap. So we actually have SMT with the new week opening gap. This might actually be a long here because we have that change in character. We have YM coming down SMT with the new week opening gap. We get the move higher. But now Nasdaq's being weaker and taking out this low, but still holding that SMT and just making like the inverse SMT there. And it's kind of right aligned with time. This was right at 8:15. So yeah, that might have been the 8:30 long. Below this low. So yeah, I mean this is still a level to look for everybody basically besides the Dow. But yeah, it seems like this was a long here. So yeah, we'll probably deliver up to these highs, at least on the Dow, and then maybe that's the S&T to get short. Again. As for the flows, so yeah, they were negative all day long until the close where calls really kind of made a comeback, and all of the volume was in the calls, but Q's, all of the volume was in the puts, and calls were being dumped and puts were being pumped. Um, so I still like the red flow, but it makes sense for this to just kind of like not mean much, but unless we open up red. So yeah, I think if this starts bouncing up into the open, I guess we closed up here. So yeah, if we open up here somewhere, then that seems like we still will have a red flow play out on the table. Otherwise, it could have already played, and yeah, we should be waiting. Yeah, seems like that was the long this morning, and then maybe we're gonna get something right at the open with Powell, and maybe it's just gonna be that quick swipe up and continuation lower. But yeah, I'm gonna get some coffee before the open and continue my analysis though. Alright, so it's actually looking obvious. Better. Okay. It's looking like a short. We had the YM actually make SMT right there into the close. So yeah, and then we got that was the entry short on Russell. Now we're continuing lower. Asia comes lower. London comes lower. And now we're going for the next POI. So Russell, it's here below these smooth lows, I'm thinking, but what we really need to look out for ES and NASDAQ is where was like the last, SMT that sent us to where we were, to where we are. So yeah, we're getting Russell basically is kind of the one showing us the bias. And here, so we're just gonna look at all the lows here basically. So this low, um, wait, I wonder if there's SMT with ES and NASDAQ. Nope, just just the YM. But for some reason, I don't know, it just seems to me like this might still be a long here. This is the old SMT from yesterday. NASDAQ made a lower low. It's basically doing the same thing now. Problem is we have relative equal lows, so I think we're going for those maybe now. We'll see. But to me, this isn't a clear short to have confidence getting into since there's no clear levels besides just the 830 level that we made. It's just not clear because the whole reason I think this is reversing in my eyes is the Russell. But the Dow did take out. Okay, yeah. So we did get SMT right here. We have the Dow come here, takes out the new week opening gap. We hold above it there. We get like change in character here. And then now we're getting the short back down into that same level. NASDAQ takes it out, but still SMT with that key level and a bit of a change in character too, because now Dow Jones is holding up really nicely. But now we've just got relative equal lows here. So what might happen is we take these out and then bounce. But that's not my type of setup where we all take out the same level. That's just too tricky for me. So even though this could be very well be a nice long. So short wise, was there a short? Not really. Just drew down lower. Yeah, this is just really confusing area, especially with the Dow into that higher time frame. Like, it's Russell YM is the only thing that makes sense to me. The problem is just picking like where it's gonna go. We've had like the last 3 days basically be bearish. Open is in 10 minutes. Starting Friday, nope, Thursday. Oh, today the first. Yeah, and yesterday was the monthly close. So yeah, we may actually deliver this move here, possibly today. So, is there a short here? Oh yeah, look, there was a short here on Russell, right into the 8:30, 9 o'clock kind of S&P there. Not the easiest, cleanest short. Yeah, at the 8:30 level, we came up. Oh, I guess we do have a. Oh, hmm. It just seems like if this is a short, then yes, at least wants these lows. So I just don't trust longing this. Could be wrong. Very low confidence in a long or short here. The only thing I have confidence is that Russell may just keep going down. Yeah, we never inverted. Oh, we did there. Yeah, maybe Russell's heading down for these lows here. These are relatively lows. Need to mark these. And on Russell, maybe we'll need to be looking at. Yeah, maybe we just want to take out last week. But at least we want to reach it to a discount. So yeah, that'd probably be below this that level I have drawn out. Yeah, on this chart we've got a lot of relative equal lows, and then quite the big one down there. So yeah, I may just be too zoomed in. Dow Jones might want these old highs. And we just had some awkward SMTs all at all these lows. So this was the only one where we actually had a really clear one. So maybe we're gonna come down to there. But yeah, as for ES and NASDAQ, very clear levels there. There's this relatively low down here, and similar thing on the Dow, at least to here. So honestly, this is just too tricky to me. I don't really know. So I might just have to tape read this today, see what happens. Probably put Powell on my phone and listen to that. And the opens in 10 seconds. Nice. Big dump. Maybe this is going to be the S&T. If the Dow comes and takes out the highs, I might actually like that for a short. But also makes sense to stall. To stall there. It's at least got S&T above the like 830, but yeah, it's just a little too tricky to me. Alright, I might actually try a short here. We got the order block from London. And then yeah, well, that gives me time to see if basically is the Dow gonna soup all these highs, which it looks like it might want to do. They're all smooth highs now. Yep. Yes, it's got a nice level there.
If these guys grind up right now and Dow is weak, that may be a possible short. Just the areas to risk off of for invalidation are not good. Seems like, I don't know. PMI is at 10 a.m., so I might just wait for that. It's still, this isn't even that clear to me. If I was to get short, I mean, if the Dow is gonna come and take out all of these highs, it's like I would not want to get short unless we got all the way above that Asia high, because the risk reward to be terrible for how big of a range that is. So I just looking bearish in the flows. Well, it looks like it's gonna take out those highs. We do have that pool of liquidity still. Is there anything on a 4 hour? No. Yeah, this is tricky. But flows are looking bearish. Real bearish. There is an S&T there. ES and NASDAQ. And Dow's taking out highs. I may try a small short if it comes back to me. Well, no, we should wait for the possible change in character. Oh, the flows just look so bearish. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's probably just gonna puke now. This is just so tricky because it's like, yeah, it's just tricky. Yeah, obviously we're getting S&T there, but it's like the real S&T is of the high. So it just is like, this could come all the way up to this order block. Like basically the Asia session. Oh, maybe this is a long one. Yeah, that would make more sense. Yeah, we just took out the open. Yeah, I think ES wants these highs, this high, smooth highs up into this. The flows are clearly bearish, so Q's not very, a little bit bearish, but SPY is just so obviously bearish. Maybe that's another.
Order filled.
I'm
Order
gonna try
filled.
a
working.
small short. It's not the highest conviction by any means. It's just really small. But yeah, I mean, we got another SMT. I mean, it did give a reaction last time, so I'm thinking, see if it plays again down to this low. I think ES wants that high up here though. So if it's bullish right now, if it's bullish, I think it wants that high. Otherwise, hopefully we get lower.
Order canceled.
Order cancelled.
There we go. So yeah, let's see if we can get this move up here. And then maybe Russell is actually going to come up now and give a re-entry short. And manufactured this low, really nice. So that'll be my DOL. Alright. Well, yeah, Dow is really going. Surprisingly. We got down the high time frame. By the end of the day, I'd want to see it come back, or yeah, or at least on the 4 hour. Come back down. Oh, that's in 9 minutes? That's not good. Well, maybe we're just gonna rip through all these smooth highs then. Sheesh. Dow Jones is on a mission. Yeah, well, that's why I wasn't very confident today. I didn't really know what would happen. It's just crazy how decoupled this all is. And yeah, flows are flipping bullish, but not by much. Like for how big that move was in the Dow. Just kind of odd. Look at the Dow Jones. Yeah. Watch this reverse all the way back down to the next 7 minutes. That would be crazy. Q's flows are very bearish. They're dumping calls into this. Yeah, obviously. Yep. this may be a short actually now. We have like a S&T on actual Russell, not the micros. I just thought that ES would come and take that high though. But I guess it makes sense. Russell here.
Order working.
Oosh. That's way too much risk. Yeah, no man. Crap. dumping the calls in the tide. Alright, hopefully the Dow Jones just completely reverses this candle here. If you look at C of it on the 1 hour, it's the same thing. I mean, that's not my typical thing, but yeah. No. Well, it's already almost 10:30. That's crazy.
Order
cancelled.
Yeah, crap. Oh, whoops. So I accidentally went way too heavy on that. I just wasn't really thinking, but immediately as I got in, I already was in a drawdown. So just like whatever. That's what happens when you don't get in good size. But yeah, honestly, don't even know what's happening here. So it just seems like it's bullish market, even though lows are red. So just a low probability time for me. And that's about as much I'd want to lose in a day, anyways. So dang it, dude. On to the next. Yeah, maybe there's some sort of short in NASDAQ if ES takes this, but it's like, that's, for my trade logic, it's got to be the invalidation, and invalidation is all the way up here. So it'd have to literally, something would have to come all the way up here. And even then, it's like, I don't just want to short just because there's an S&T. Like, there's no real reason to get short anymore to me. So longs confuse me. We've got relative equal lows. So just not my day. I should not have lost that much on the Dow. I should have just lost 200 bucks. So I took basically double the loss that I should have had today. But that's what you learn. And the calls are just so negative in the tide though. It's just blowing my mind. And we're nearing the 10:30. Alright, there's the ES sweep. And maybe that's the, well, now we got relative highs there, but yeah, I would have to just reevaluate. I don't really know how this works right now, so I'm just gonna end it here for today.